everybody. Welcome to BestieFinder's office hours. Hey, you guys see the little different setup. You see me and my biz bestie right here in the same frame. I was having some issues with this doggone internet, right? I'm not going to even call the service name, okay? But we have, I have a bone to pick with them. But anyway, guys, welcome, besties. How you guys doing?
Yay!
Coach, we got Coach, Dr.
Yes.
K.
I'm
Hey.
fantastic today.
Oh, you better be fantastic today. I love it. I love it. Y'all know we don't, the exhorter in me is like, there's no other way to be, right? I mean, I slap it on them, y'all, okay, every day. And I know some people, whether they ready for it or not. But we had, like, let me just give y'all a quick little thing, like a quick little example of an exhorter situation. And so Dr. Lisa got some exhorter in her, y'all. Okay. I just want y'all to know that it's third. So it's more than a little. I mean, yeah. That teacher is like outside the frame, okay? Outside the frame. But and I love it. This is what we are getting across the board, y'all. Like we had a strategy session call today with a potential new member. And before she got off, she was just like, I just love y'all vibe already. I just know, and she already knows she want to be down with us, right? She said, I can just feel the genuineness, the more, how you guys care, the authenticity of how much we really do care. And that's what, we want all of our members to do. And the same thing here with Bestie Finder. So y'all know that Bestie Finder is still a program inside at the chamber here. So yes, I just want to share that exhorter moment. I'm like, Dr. Lisa was exhorting y'all. But
That's because the
it,
next one.
oh, the next one. I'm like, what? Y'all know I am not a sports person. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna turn it on over to Dr. Lisa, y'all. So that's my little chitter chatter for today. Y'all know how we do.
Hey everybody, welcome to another week of Bestie Finders Office Hours. And we've got a juicy scenario for y'all today.
I like juicy.
It might look like a couple of the coaches here today. But all right, here we go. So you are a manager or a leader, team leader, and your same high performer gets every urgent assignment because she is such a high performer, right?
Mm-hmm.
She does not miss deadlines. She trains the new hires. She fixes her coworkers' mistakes without making them feel bad about it, and answers questions that the managers should be answering with no challenges, right?
Okay.
But when she's doing all of this amazing, then when she finally starts missing deadlines and dropping details like newsletters that don't go out, every, everyone is starting to wonder why her attitude has changed, right? So you gift aware leader or coach or Bestie Finder coach coaching that leader, coach this. What kind of questions would you ask the leader or this high performer to find out what's at work here and what's the underlying pattern that needs to change?
Y'all already know how I come out the gate. Be like, girl, what's your problem? What is going on with you? But the thing about it is, she already know we're friends, right? And she'll know that I noticed that something else is something is off, right? And so, and
Mm-hmm.
I've done that before. Like when I see, somebody who normally performs well, and then all of a sudden they start dropping the ball. Now I might look a little cross-eyed at first, I'm like, okay, maybe she's just, nobody's perfect, and but when it starts to become a habit, and I think sometimes like it becomes a habit because is not addressed, and she may not even realize, or she or he may not even realize that they're still not performing at top tier, right? And so, but we need to uh, all because of whatever the situation is that she's dealing with. It could be personal or whatever. So, I would literally just, just kind of pull her to the side, not all in front of everybody. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
And just ask the question like, hey, like I noticed that, normally, you do this, and normally you show up, you know, happy go lucky. But I can tell, like Coach said, Coach used to always tell me she didn't want to come in front of the camera or see me because she know I'm gonna pick up what's going on. And so,
Mhm.
y'all, with that, so that's why I'll be like, hey, what's going on? Anything that you want to talk about, anything. So that would be the first thing. Just let them know that I noticed that there was a change or a difference in her attitude or the way that she does her work or his work. And is there anything I can help you with? That would be the beginning things, like, and then, oh no, well, are you feeling overwhelmed? Is this too much work? Do we need to turn some other stuff? Can I help you with it? Because when people are holding on to assignments, right, all because they don't want to give it to anybody else, right? Because they feel like they're the only one who can do it, and those are my servers. They're like, no, they scared to turn anything over because they know that they're gonna do it, and they're gonna do it in excellence, right?
Mhm.
And they're scared to turn it over to Slow Joe. Okay. And none of that how they operate. But then if that's not the issue, then we're just going to the question of anything going on that we need to fix around here.
Mhm.
I won't tap into their personal lives, unless they just offer it up. Then
Right.
it's on. All
Mhm.
right. That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
That's
What
good.
else?
Dr. Carmel, what you think? What you
Well,
got?
well,
Because I was coming for coaches and coach, how you coach
yeah,
it?
I love what Dean Cathy said about asking a question and then even offering assistance. With some people, like for with the teacher gift, it's like, okay, I got it until I don't got it. Kind of like
Mm-hmm.
what the thing said, and then we don't realize we don't have it until stuff start dropping. And then it's like with the giver that I have and being in that position to where I'm juggling all these things, and then when I start dropping things, people are looking around, but that's just simple, why you ain't doing it? I said, well, why you ain't step in? But I didn't give them the opportunity to step in because I was holding on to the assignments thinking that they were not
Exactly.
capable. And that comes with the level of trust, like trusting who you have on your team and allowing them to grow and learn and do as they know how to do it.
Exactly.
If they skip like a step forward in my head, but they still get the end result and it's done in excellence, let them skip step four because they probably combine step 4, 5, and 6 to make a step four. You see what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
with me, I had to trust them, trust the process of them learning. And then it goes back to me being able to recognize which gifts they operate, and even more so myself. Understand that teacher, administrator, giver, exhorter, all of those things, understanding where that is, and looking at myself truly to
Yeah.
see, to make sure that I'm not the problem, and I'm
Right.
allowing other people to come in, give them an opportunity to help, also. But I love what you said about asking, you know, I saw that this and this is happening. Is there a way that I can help you? Is there something
Exactly.
that we need to change? And not really blurring the lines between the professional and the personal. If they offer up the personal, there's a place for that. But
Yeah.
mainly just keep it professional because most people are private and they don't
Hmm.
want that vulnerability exposed in an environment like that, especially when they're in their challenge area of the gifts, which we're
Yeah.
teaching some things.
But
Mhm.
but you, because of my gifts, I would open up the floor, for the if they want to have close the door, we can talk about the personal, right? But I like what you said. This is the one thing when you said you see I needed help. You know what I'm saying? And so that,
Hmm.
and then we can assume that somebody, yeah, we saw it, but my instinct is not to say, as an exhorter, yes. But other people, other gifts that they lead with other things, they their instinct is not to say, girl, you need some help with that. You know what I'm saying? So most servers who are in that position be like, well, they saw that all of this work that needs to be done, they should have.
Mhm.
No, don't just ask them. Just
Yeah.
ask them to help servers or people, like when you say they holding everything so close to them, right? So yeah, that was awesome, Carmel. And that's what most people will do, hold it so close, and then they mad because they want people to recognize that they need help,
Mm-hmm.
and they got their own things going on.
Yes, and also it's like we understand, with the gifts and even with our roles, we stay in our lane. It won't be in
Yes.
traffic. So if that person has assumed those duties and we see that they've assumed those duties and we understand that the boundaries that they've set with those duties, me as a teacher, administrator, whatever my gifts are, I'm not gonna overstep until I'm asked to do that.
Right.
I'd rather be asked up than asked down. You know.
Okay. Hello.
Step off.
Because that step down, that step down might cause bring on some other stuff.
Right.
Hmm.
All because of misunderstanding.
Yeah.
What you got,
Mhm.
Coach?
Okay,
You know we
why
waiting
she
on you.
leaned? I know she leaned back with the arms crossed and saying, "What she got?" Okay, no, seriously. With this, I love how Dr. Karma was saying the trust, because I think with the compassion, it's like we we're testing to see who, where can we help? Can we help? How can we help? And so we're observing, I think, a lot of what's going on before we interject sometimes, or depending on how close we are and how well that relationship is, we'll come in and say, "Is there something I can help you with?" But there's a level of maturity to be mindful that you can actually help. Because sometimes we offer because we want to help, but understanding your skill set and your capacity, so that you are actually helping. Because servers, administrators, you all have the task, you all see the vision, and you can get it done like that. And so if you lead with compassion and you don't have the same vision as the other team, you can actually be a hindrance. So being mindful of what are your skill sets and how are you going to actually help before you offer the help, I think would be the key. As a coach, I'll come in and say, what is it that you need help with, or do you need help with something? How may I be of assistance to you? And if I can't, I'll be honest. And one of the things that I love to do is see where the resources are and to connect you.
Exactly.
So that's one of the things that I know that I'm gifted at. And so I may have talked to somebody, hey, this person said XYZ, and they may be a good fit to help you with whatever task you need to complete. You may want to connect with them versus interjecting myself and saying, well, I got it. Let me help you. No, I've learned my lesson in that one. I'm learning and close to learned with
Okay.
that.
When you do that, what did you find? Sometimes they'll let you do it. They don't care. You got 1,000 things on your plate. They will
That
let
part.
you take over that. And because guess what? And so that's a person that's maybe working out of balance. So let's just talk about both sides of that and that challenge. They're just going to let it go because, first of all, they probably really didn't want to do it.
Mm,
Second of all, you're okay. She said this shit, they'll step back and allow someone else to take over that. So instead of just you taking over,
mm,
overachievers, I say just assist. Like, I can help you with this or we can do that or whatever. So just don't take over the project. Let that person still have the responsibility of taking care of it. And then you still have that person that um saying that, oh, she thinks she's supposed to do everything. You know what I'm saying? She want to come in and take over. No,
Mhm.
again, let that person come in and assist you. So what you got,
mhm,
Well, you all touched on the most important part for me, for as one of those people that owns things, that talk to the person first
Dominique?
and ask them where they stand. Because if the manager comes in and starts delegating for them, thinking that that person needs to get a rest, it's going to seem like a demotion.
mm,
Like, okay, you trusted me to do all these things, and now you're taking them back, and it's not going to seem off the top like it's because you needed help. They're going to say, "Oh, they demoted me because they took all my responsibilities away." So that first connection with the overworked person would be the first step to mitigating the problem and then getting them the help they need and helping them, getting them some assistance.
Gotcha.
And one way that I used to handle it myself when I had to take myself in hand was there sometimes when folks rely on you, they don't want to rely on anybody else. And
Mm.
so when you're when you're the high performer, if you're looking at yourself objectively, one thing that I love to say when I got to redirect someone is, well, I don't want to be the bottleneck. Let me help you. Let me direct you to someone else who can do X, Y, or Z thing a little bit better. And that way, you're telling them, yes, I've done this for you in the past, but I need to redirect because
I'm busy.
uh,
I got my work to do too.
and so that's kind of the gentle redirect that's useful, whether it's personal or professional or what have you, whether you're the manager or the overworked or the overachiever doing too much.
Hmm. So it's really good that the when you can recognize that. But the one thing I would say that could actually be a hindrance to that situation in that whole thing is just misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to help and all those good things. So when you do allow some other people to come in and help you with the things that you have going on, just don't misunderstand. So I'm piggybacking off what Dr. Lisa was saying. Don't misunderstand why they're coming in and offering their assistance or any from what all of us have said actually, and so yeah, so misunderstanding, making sure we can just clear that up at the very beginning. Sometimes you have to lead with, I know you have a lot going on and you are wonderful at what you do, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, I've seen some things that look at coach. I've seen I just noticed, a couple of things. So I just want to make sure that you're okay. And so again, when you put in their health or their feelings or whatever, as the thing that you care about most up front, you can get their easy buy-in most times,
Mhm.
right? So,
Right. Well, that's our time. And if you are looking to increase your gift intelligence and do more with the people that you work with, take the gifts course. Our Discover You Gift Assessment will help you identify not just your own motivations, but understand the people around you, the people you work with, the people you live with, the people you play with,
mhm.
so that you can move forward in excellent as well. And on that note, have a great week. We'll see you next time.
See you next Wednesday.
See ya.